Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 all of my friends on our different streaming devices. Uh, Today's theme is where in the world is Carmen Benjamin Nader San Diego? Ben has not able to make today's show, so we apologize for that. Hopefully, he might be able to tune in during it. So we'll have a brief show, but I want to get to some pretty cool things. I guess first, what I want to start off with is there's been lots of posts in all of the groups about LinkedIn automation tools, and Linked Helper is the one that I use, and people have asked for a tutorial on. I just want to show you kind of how it works and what the setup is with it, and why it's dirt cheap. But it does a lot of really cool things. Also, want to remind everyone listening to please, if you're on the split board, please add a job or two to it. We really need some of the activity. Okay, so that'll be a great big help. So if you can do that, that will be wonderful. All right. So let's go to linked helper. All right. So let's go ahead and share. All right. So there we is. I'm going to share. All right. So you should be able to see all my stuff. Of course, I'm getting a. All right. So anyway, this is Linked Helper. What's really cool is it has these apps at the bottom, which are wonderful. And you set up Linked Helper. It's got lots of cool bells and whistles. But what I love about it is you don't have to, go through that Chrome extension, and you know how that works. I found it all to be a real pain in the butt. They really have this nailed down. They're constantly adding updates. Right, we could check that out. Right, I'm not going to install it right now, but you see there's another update right there. So they really do a great job with this. And I'm going to just check to make sure indeed that I am sharing the screen. I am. What I should actually do is make the screen bigger is what I think I need to do. So give me a second. Let's make the screen its own thing. Come on. There we go. Oh, wow. Look, that's like a picture and a picture and a picture and a picture. Look at that. That is totally cool. Totally wicked. All right, so back to Linked Helper. All right, so anyway, what I love about Linked Helper are a couple of things here, besides the fact that it just went black on me. Uh, is it has for me this Zapier, if you're not familiar with it, it's got that integration, which means you can make Linked Helper work with virtually any program. I use it to talk to my CRM and my email list. So I do lots of cool things with it. So let me show you. So this is the one side. Then basically you open up your program side, which is going to be the real Linked Helper. And you run campaigns. They're drip campaigns. They give you a video on how to do it. That will start up. I basically have 6 different campaigns. All right. So you create a campaign by clicking on New. Call it whatever you want. And what do we want it to do? I mean, it gives you some built-in ones which are great. So it can allow you to go ahead and invite people. So that'll go to second level, third level connections. And what you actually do is you add the people to Linked Helper. And I'll show you that in a minute. And then this already it's pretty cool. So let me show you the test. So and then it will follow up with the people after they connect with you. So all right, this just created it. All right, I called it test. This is the workflow, and again, it's nice and intuitive. right? When you look at it. So you would add people to the queue, which we'll do that over here. You could just add them from whatever. I would do a search under uh, LinkedIn second level, third level, within you name it, whatever I'm going for. All right. And so in this case, they already have it defined for second and third level contacts. All right. Start it whenever you want. Then it's going to filter out the way it does it by it only keeps your first level connections, and then it allows you for these first level connections to message them or anyone that happens to be in your group. So that's a pre-made one, and you simply go ahead and right over here you can add to your queue. And the way you add to your queue is it's just gonna you can go to LinkedIn or regular LinkedIn. You can go to Sales Navigator. You can go to Recruiter. Let's just make it easy. Let's go to your search page. You could do it there. Whoop. All right. Of course, it always happens. You could also do it from right here. All right. So this is going to be my uh, password, but of course, give me the password link. Bear with me a second. That's not showing up here. Come on. Oh, everything's so slow today. All right. I'll do it for the other way. I'm going to just do basic LinkedIn. Okay. But it's really simple, is my point. You can play with this. I found it to be highly intuitive. Get out of here, password sync. Oh my gosh, that is highly agitating. I found it to be highly intuitive, right? So oh my God! All right, so there's a problem right now with the. I guess because of the update, which I will do anyway. You just add your search to it, and as opposed to linked Octopus or all the others, where it's constantly scrolling through your pages, this just adds them there, and this thing runs like clockwork overnight. Let me show you some other campaigns. Uh, we'll call this one Test Two, and they've got right, so you could have your own that you create. You could invite them to a group if you have it. You could have them go to your page, visit and extract profiles, which is great. So I use that quite a bit to add to my CRM. Right, of course you have the in-mails if you want to do it. The endorsements are always great, right, for people looking at you. But I love the visit and extracting profiles, because it does just that. It'll visit all of these different level people. I have it uh, go into Zapier, right, and then it'll send it to my CRM. So let me show you just some of the ones that I have. So right, so I have a first or level jobs of people that changed their first level of people who changed their jobs in the last 90 days into positions that they might need. In my case, a back office, a staffing solution for the contracting side. So independent recruiter as a title, owner, founder, principal, things like that. And I simply use that in the Sales Navigator feature, and I add it to my queue. And if you look at how that works, you'll be able to see, right? It's just, I said have it go to first level connections and group members, right? Yada, yada, yada. And it's going to extract everything here. And then I send it immediately to Zapier. That's a little complicated to set it up, but they give it good videos to do it. And this immediately sends them over to my Zapier, which then goes into my Infusionsoft. So I get a notification. I do this regularly. So you manually, just like the others, I've got to add on the 1,000 people that change jobs. So I do it once a month. And you're going to have to do that with all of them. So again, it's really cool. You could see, I got the 190 people that did it recently. It also works like a CRM, which is really neat. I find it, really super useful, right? Anytime you see any numbers of people, you can see, who is in your group. You can add people lots of different ways. The CRM is down here. All right. So, everyone's on there. You could search under anything. It's just so much more than the others do. Okay. So that, my friends, is Linked Helper. And it's dirt cheap. I mean, we're talking, boy, oh, I hope that screen share was working the whole time. We're talking super, super duper cheap. So $15 a month. All right. So the only other thing I really want to cover, because I like to do this show with Ben, is there, there've been a couple of comments, and once again, people are talking about COVID, which, let's face it, you should be preparing for a pretty good boom. The temp business, as I announced on our the Boxer show every Friday on my group at noon Eastern time. That the temp business is now up year over year, which is fabulous. And there's going to be, there should be some pretty decent openings and budgets for the new year. But, it's still a good time to rethink your niche, not specialty, uh, because you guys are using it interchangeably in the group. A specialty is not a niche. I define a specialty as having one defining factor: accounting specialty, legal specialty, IT specialty. It's one thing, right? And the more micro niched you go, and we talked about this in our very first show, the more efficient your process gets to be. But what should it be? It should be something you're passionate about. You're going to be spending all your time doing it. Have something where you're interested. You need to be the SME, subject matter expert in it. So you're going to need to do all the things and doing the keywords on LinkedIn so you can find great articles, doing your Google keywords, and you want to see the cool stuff that's going on. So, I love gadgets. I would probably do something there. Uh, so pick something you're excited about, or certainly something that you know. That's always a help, right? Would I go into, if you're just starting out, um, would I go into super difficult, low paying positions like truckers? Uh, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. But again, trucking is also just a specialty, but at least it's, transportation, maybe it's a little bit more. Find a specialty first. So that's a discipline, right? Accounting, legal, IT, engineering. The next thing is you can specialize in a given vertical, a sector like consumer goods, consumer banks, commercial banks, uh, residential real estate, commercial real estate. Someone was just doing property management of multifamily homes. So, pharmaceutical. So you can have accounting in pharmaceuticals even better. That's two of them. The next thing is location, and we talked about this a lot in the very first episode. But why be national if you don't have to? The more you stay local, and again, I'm still seeing people that are trying to be national because it sounds sexy. It's not. Like, why do you constantly want to be chasing the map of the United States or UK, wherever you are? So you get a position for your pharmaceutical accountant in Denver. Awesome. You're getting all these great candidates, and now you're going to go do one in Manhattan, start all over again, and then you lose all the momentum you had in Denver. Start small, right? Get your leads, find out where they are. So geography is a third. A fourth is a level of position: C level, leadership level, middle management, entry level, junior, right? You get it? That's what you want to do for the niches. All right. So, with that said, hopefully we will get our good old Benjamin here next week. Sorry for the short show. Just want to give a couple of good topics. And hasta la vista, baby. Two things though: show up at the Boxer show. We got a really good one. And then afterwards, we got the shark, right? The recruiting shark. And we got our very own Chris Wessel. And we're going to be having what Chris wanted to put together over Thanksgiving, which is just a great group brainstorming. It's not webinar based, it's not Zoom based. We're going to go in there in the rooms, join us for the event. You could go ahead and find it in the groups, and we will be there and see you there, or be square.